And I'm still planning on finishing my soup throughout the episode, so...
That's perfectly fine. For people who love to hear it.
That is so loud in my ear.
It's not really loud over here, but it's okay.
Oh, I turned it up. It's even worse. There we go.
Alright, well, welcome back to the Nub. I'm the Merce.
This is Felton.
And it took us about, 4.5 hours to get going tonight?
Well, you know, Windows is a fickle mistress. Mistress. Let's be equal opportunity here.
I mean, a man can be a mistress, can't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Mistress?
A manstress.
Okay, manstress.
I came up with that term.
You should copyright it.
I did. Back in 2003 when I was a manstress.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I had an older lady friend of mine that I was like jokingly because I had no money because I didn't have a job, so she would pay to bring me places.
Mama, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
And just so she didn't feel awkward, like going somewhere without somebody. And I was like, oh, cool, and it was just kind of like a cool arrangement. And I'm like, I knew like I had no chance because I was 18 and she was like in her 20s.
No.
Yeah.
Oh. So she's not actually an older woman. I thought you were...
No, well, like mid to late 20s. So, I mean, I don't know. It just wasn't gonna happen. It just wasn't gonna happen.
Sometimes you have to believe in yourself, you know. Like I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
Can you touch the sky?
I think about it every night and day.
Really?
Anyways,
what are you, Alex? From wasn't that his name from Deus Ex?
So
I've never.
It's a sad.
No one will get that but me.
It's a sad couple of weeks. We lost a great actor, Mr. Bill Paxton, to some cardiac issues, I guess. Well, he's undergoing some surgery to correct some cardiac issues, and obviously, we lost him. But yeah,
Twister.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought you meant like you were gonna throw a twister and and here's the twist. He's not actually dead.
He's alive.
It's an M. Night Shyamalan film in real life.
The promotion. He's the same place Heath Ledger went. Oh. That was
Too soon.
No, while we're talking about that, do you know the amazing publicity stunt that would have been for Batman if that had been the thing?
And he comes back and he's like, hey, by the way...
And he comes back, as the Joker, pulls this stunt where everybody thinks he goes insane,
I mean, he still could. It's only been, 5-6 years?
Yeah, but he should have been in the Suicide Squad. I love Jared Leto. He was great. No, woohoo. But if that had been Heath Ledger, come on.
I would have loved to have seen Ben Affleck's Batman with Heath Ledger's Joker. That would have been fantastic.
That's like the dream team right there.
So,
as you're wearing a Joker hat, I just noticed that.
Woo! Yep, did that on purpose.
Subtle.
I knew we were going to bring it up. So
and the Batman Joker.
I knew we were going to bring it up, so I decided
Sponsored by a Viera Comics t-shirt. That's great.
I'm just a walking billboard nerd today, aren't I?
Yeah, that's great.
So I'm looking through the feed on the Nub, and I posted a couple things the past couple of days that I found interesting. They were going over the combat system for the new Mass Effect Andromeda coming out, and now they were talking about how it's evolved. But really,
is it combat evolved? Didn't Halo already do that though?
Yeah, pretty much. Here's the thing.
Got him.
I watched the video. And it really wasn't that big of a difference from the third game's mechanics. That being said, to me that's a good thing. The only thing that they added is now you don't have to line yourself up properly up against a wall or a piece of equipment or wherever, a box, or like you had to in the other games, which was really annoying. Because you couldn't just duck next to something. You had to actually get up to it and get just the right position, and then hopefully you could turn this way and turn that way and get it. But
it's like this time, Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, this time you can crouch and you can hide behind cover pretty much anywhere is what they're saying, and it looked that way too. They still have the quick change on the guns. They still have the powers little circular choice mechanic that comes out.
Yeah, the weapon wheel and item wheel and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, but this time too, they also don't have a strict path that you have to follow as far as whether you use whether you're more of a soldier or you use more of the psionics or you use they've changed it now where you can pretty much get any power in the game. You have to earn it obviously through experience
hard work
and putting
experience. That's bullshit.
and putting points where you want them. But like if you really enjoy being able to push things around, with the telekinesis parts, you can get that, but also still have the really cool mechanics with using the guns and stuff. And if there's just like one little skill that you like from the third class, you just grab that. It looks like it's gonna be interesting. So the replayability is still going to be there, but you're not forced to completely replay the game as a whole new character, with a whole new skill set when you go back through. So that looks interesting. What else was on there? There's a Magic tournament coming up on March 17th at Ready Set Game. So anybody that's into Magic can go hit that up. This is my big news. This is what I'm really excited about. MegaCon in Orlando. Richard Dean Anderson is going to be there this time.
God.
I am so excited. Like, I was excited already that Stan Lee was going to be there. It's going to be his last time in Orlando, at the MegaCon. But the fact that Richard Dean Anderson's coming, I mean, yeah, exactly. I love MacGyver. But not just MacGyver, like SG-1. Holy crap.
That was another.
I was addicted
oh my
to that.
God.
I watched every episode.
The guy
of that.
had 2 amazing long-running shows.
Yes.
That he is known and beloved for.
Yes.
Not many actors that I can think of have pulled that off.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get one.
Oh, okay. Let's just get this out of the way. Raymond Reddington. He was in. He also was in the Stargate movie. Okay. James. What's his name? Oh my God! I'm having a freaking hissy fit.
James. Oh man, yeah. Now you got me all Spader.
Spader, there we go.
Yes.
James Spader. Ooh, you beat it. You beat Google.
I know.
But James Spader, he's been in many good shows. He was on that lawyer show.
He's just a great actor in general.
I love his voice.
It's so funny though because he's so different from Stargate to
the Blacklist.
To the Blacklist, yeah.
It's just he's this young, scientist,
Idealistic,
and then
yeah.
he's these stone cold sociopath, world traveling crime boss.
Yeah.
Just absolutely charismatic, and you love him. And
fantastic.
I love that show.
And then he brought that kind of feel of a character with even a different twist to it when he played Ultron.
Yeah.
And they even use his mannerisms and stuff like that. If you watch the
I just the whole
Age of
time
Ultron,
watching that,
it's like that's definitely James Spader.
Yeah.
Like, he must have just walk around the studio.
I
while
love
he's
the
delivering his
purr
lines.
he had in his voice during some of the lines.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, that's so good. I love James Spader.
I
love you.
Yes. When he dies, it's gonna be another sad day.
I'm taking off a week from work.
I will be with
and
you. We can mourn together, and we'll just
I will
watch.
hide under my computer.
We'll
desk.
just watch anything that had James Spader in it.
Yeah, it's a James Spader weekend.
Because he actually did stuff in the '80s too. That,
Oh yeah,
was a lot lesser known, but okay.
He's glorious.
Another
man.
interesting thing. I'm just gonna rattle these out real quick, and then because I know you had a lot of stuff to get to too, so I'm just knock these out real quick. There's an anime theme park, I guess, opening in the Universal Studios in Japan. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have like Attack on Titan, characters.
Oh, we have to bookmark Universal Studios because I have a story.
Okay. And just a bunch of other interesting, like just anime related things. So that'll be kind of cool. Netflix. What is up with Netflix, man? Are they just gonna keep making it so I never want to leave my house? Is that what's going to happen?
I think that's their plan. I think what they're trying to do is fully go after 1984 style, keep everybody afraid and
Well, it's not even that so much. Okay, so they've developed this thing now where you can download games download movies and TV shows to your phone or your iPad to watch offline later on, So for people like me who like to watch that stuff at work, which I don't do, but let's say that hypothetically speaking, I was doing that at work. It's they've got it set up so you can do that. But anyways, now they've got another show coming out. This time with Will Smith. Will Smith is going to do a show on Netflix. Do you know how? I mean, to me that just seems so big.
He's got like some type of sword, and he looks all.
It's called
badass.
Bright, and I have no idea what it's about. But it's apparently he's like a cop, and then he ends up having to fight like fantasy
demons?
creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's
but
awesome.
It's not all that aside. The fact that Will Smith, I mean, he's arguably one of the biggest stars, in the movies and things like that, of our generation. I mean, he's been in some of the biggest movies, I would imagine. Is going to be doing a TV show on Netflix.
I'm excited.
I am excited too, but is it just me that just blows the mind, or is
No,
Okay.
No, I think it's fantastic. It's a completely new entertainment medium. The mainstream does not like it.
Well, you remember back in the day. Well, I think we talked about this last time too. But back in the day, when a movie star would lower themselves to go and do like
A TV show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Your
you were
career
shit.
was done.
You were
Yeah.
shit. Like look at James Spader. He goes from movies to doing TV.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, so what I'm saying is Will Smith, is one of
Well,
those.
here's the thing.
Yes.
TV became a cinematic entertainment medium when they
Yes.
branched away from serialized sitcoms
Mm-hmm.
into producing real drama, and that really started. I think it was given birth in the 80s when you had shows like, I'll even say Beauty and the Beast, because that was a great drama show with Ron Perlman. I mean, it was. It was hot drama every episode.
It was so cheesy. But
It was so cheesy, but that was that drama. And that was almost soap opera too. So maybe I'm remembering it. Maybe I'm remembering it more fondly than it really was. But really, the 80s and especially into the 90s, these really great serialized shows. Okay, for example, what was a cultural phenomenon in television? You had 24, and you had Heroes coming out within a relatively close amount of time, right? That really, I think, was the big revolution for cinematic television. And now going from that jump from being a film actor to television wasn't like a big faux pas.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the big driving forces behind it. That's my theory.
I get that.
I still can't watch Heroes.
Yeah,
We talked about that last time. The friggin', cliffhanger anxiety. I don't like it.
All right, so, this was interesting to me.
Soup.
I think it's actually maybe I'm wrong.
Yes.
But I think it's the first comic book movie to win an Oscar. But the Suicide Squad won an Oscar.
I have several friends who absolutely lost their shit. The fact that they won Best Makeup over other films that had just amazing practical makeup effects. Like, what was it, even Star Trek?
Yeah.
Like, the aliens in Star Trek were just, oh my god, look at them. Even Jayla. Like, that actress's makeup was flawless. She was fantastic. And a great character.
What I'm saying is, oh wait, did Heath Ledger win an Oscar for his performance in The Dark Knight?
I think it was posthumous, wasn't it?
Yeah, he might have. So
because that whole thing,
maybe it's not the first.
People complain about America, but I really think that a lot of his depression was fueled by Australian homophobia. Because he apparently was just absolutely shit on when he made Brokeback Mountain back home.
Well, in their defense though, people shit on him, I guess. That movie sucked.
It was a terrible movie.
Horrible.
It really was.
And it's not because of the homosexual.
It was because it was a bad
movie.
It really was.
But there was so much potential for it to be a good movie. They had all this great backstory going on, and they just kept running back to the mountain.
That's the thing, I guess. Like the Dallas Buyers Club, I remember that being like a decent drama.
Dallas Buyers Club was amazing.
Okay, so I remember that being a good movie. And was it what's his name? Played the guy that liked to was the I don't want to say cross-dresser because that doesn't sound.
Oh well, that's the same guy that played the Joker.
Jared Leto. Jared Leto. Yeah. That movie, given its topics and all that, was largely dealt with the homosexual community and people having AIDS.
Yeah, but from a different aspect because the main character wasn't gay.
Sure. But what I'm saying though is like.
But he was helping out the gay community.
People in that movie didn't receive the backlash.
I think here's the thing.
But I think this was a better movie.
Well, Moonlight just won an Oscar.
And I hear people saying that it was a terrible movie. Well, it wasn't very well done.
I didn't see it.
Oh.
I want to see it now, but I didn't know anything about it. And then my buddy was telling me at work because he saw it because it won the award. He's like, oh, let me check this out. And he says it was a gay love story again. But a more realistic gay love story first off,
Yeah.
But in it was like it was a good story with a gay love story in it instead of Brokeback Mountain where it was just a gay love story with
Jake Gyllenhaal and him doing it in the butt.
So yeah,
in a tent.
I was talking to somebody at work about that. I was like I don't understand how they don't have to be exclusive. Like it can be a great movie that has a gay love story in it. It doesn't have to be there doesn't have to be a separation. And I'm trying to think like I think the closest to a great gay love story movie that I've seen, you know, because it was just a great movie in general, and I'm sure I'm gonna get flack for this, but The Crying Game.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't see it? Okay.
I've seen
But,
it.
I mean, that's a great movie, you know, and I'm not going to give anything away. I'm not gonna, as a matter of fact, I haven't seen it so long that I probably couldn't even, you know, give you a great synopsis of the
You
plot.
know what's a great movie? If you like
Pina Coladas?
Uwe Boll films, A Cure for Wellness is...
I've got that in my queue. I have not watched it yet.
Don't.
No? It's that bad, huh?
Don't. We had a lengthy discussion on the way home about all of the reasons in which
Why it wasn't
was
good.
awful. But in that, I also believe we had fun making fun of it. So I don't consider that a waste of time or money, because the enjoyment I got from riffing on it was just, that's priceless. But it was... And not for lack of the main actor, like, he wasn't... I didn't hate him, you know? I mean, he's a lizardly little dude, and I don't hate him, you know? And the bad guy, I didn't hate him, just it was just a bad movie. I don't remember.
You just don't hate anybody.
No, it's just the director, the writing was the problem. Like, the dialogue was atrocious. And if, you know, unless you improvise every line... You can't fight that as an actor, you know? I mean, just some of the dialogue was like, "Oh, hello. How are you? I am fine. Oh, jack me off. Okay, thank you."
It was like Spider-Man 3 dialogue.
Yeah.
Whenever I think of bad dialogue, I always go to Spider-Man 3, especially because in Spider-Man 3, there's a scene where the Sandman grabs Venom off of a wall and slams him on the ground and then goes, "Oh, you're not Spider-Man." Oh, and then Venom's like, "Oh, so you're after Spider-Man? Yeah, let's team up." And literally, that was it. And then they teamed up, you know.
No, did we just become best friends?
Exactly.
I think we did.
Do you want to go to the basement and do karate? So
yeah, we gotta have more room for activities.
Why did you let me do this? Okay,
let's build bunk beds.
So, yeah, just bad. So, in other nerd news and in nub news, actually, we've added a new admin to the group. He goes by the name of Bad Taste, and he's going to be our movie admin. Just to give the nubs like a little, I guess, introduction to him. The reason that I asked him to do it is because he and I share a lot of passion for really bad '80s, you know, movies like Monster Squad.
Yes.
He's the first person in a long time that I'd met that knew what Monster Squad was, you know, and I had mentioned Monster Squad around a Halloween. This is how we ended up it was I swear to God, it was the Step Brothers thing. Like, we started talking, it's like, did we just become best friends? So, you know, he's just got, but I mean, he's got a good taste in movies in general, but you know, I like his cynical, you know, sense of humor, his, you know, his
there's
profile.
There's nothing
in
better
and
than making fun of a bad movie and enjoying it.
So that's Bad Taste. He's going to be part of the nub now. He's going to he's going to post about, you know, movies that, you know, that he enjoys, and, you know, some of them will be, you know, crap, some of them will be, you know, good, some of them will be, you know.
Did we ever sort that out?
What's that?
Does he have bad taste, or does he
taste
it's
both.
bad?
He has bad taste and he tastes bad.
Okay.
It's both.
So he puts something in his mouth and it's like,
Yes.
I can't taste this flavor. I get it.
So that's what I have for right this second. What do you got going on?
Well, I have it apparently straight from the Guillermo del Toro's Twitter.
Straight from Guillermo del Toro's Twitter.
I was going to say the horse's mouth.
I feel like I should be standing up and everybody in this room should be drinking from a water bottle, and, you know, we should be
and
like
then
talking,
as soon as
like,
I say
overly
this,
excited about everything.
As soon as I say this, everybody spits the water out all at once. Hellboy 3 is a no-go.
Damn.
He just shut it down the other day and just said, "Nope, not happening. Sorry."
That sucks, because honestly, like, those Hellboy
needed a
movies
third
were
movie.
great.
That would have been a great trilogy.
Yes.
I love Ron Perlman.
Yes, especially as Hellboy.
Yeah, there's just everything he does. He's great.
I loved him. I loved him in Sons of Anarchy.
I loved him in Fallout.
Oh, okay.
War never changes. That was it. That's the whole part as a narrator.
I loved him in Magical Beasts. So Yeah.
Ma-
Yeah, magical beasts.
What was that?
Or is it magical creatures? No, magical beasts and where to find them. Fantastic beasts.
I'm
God,
like,
I suck at
Magical
this.
Beasts.
Fantastic beasts.
What movie was that? Was
He
that
was
like
the-
a Harry Potter knockoff? Like, I'm trying to think about it. Like,
It's like back in the day when a new movie would come out and then they would have the
you had
B-rated
Ants,
version
and
of
then
it.
A Bug's Life, and
Exactly.
then Meteor and Deep Impact.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
The
I
Sixth
hate
Sense
that.
and Stir of Echoes. Although Stir of Echoes is a fantastic film, but still.
Yeah. Although, pretty much, as long as it's not M. Night Shyamalan, I'm...
M. Night Shyamalan.
I really felt, to be honest with you, like A Cure for Wellness was trying to be an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Why would you want to try to be an M. Night Shyamalan movie?
There was like 3 or 4 times where I thought the movie was finally going to end.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, thank God. Wow, okay, so that was a good cliffhanger way
Yes,
to
we're
end the
done.
movie, to leave you, feeling unsatisfied. Like,
Yeah.
I'm absolutely waiting for it.
Mhm.
And then the next scene happened. And they carried on with the storyline. And then another scene happened. And this happened, like, literally 3 times at the tail end of the film. Like, the last half hour, you're like, okay.
It's like that person.
still
It's like that
going.
person that you're trying to walk away and they keep bringing the next thing up. and talking
More
about the
naked
next
old
thing.
people. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Let's have more scenes in the tail end of the movie with more naked old people. Let's get as many naked old people as we can in the end of the film, to the point where they're just like floating in tanks naked, and you're just like, oh, more naked old people.
That's why I like it.
Great. This is great. The director, I forget his name, but he has a really funny name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look it up because it's a funny name. Gore Verbinski. I just remembered.
Gorb.
I beat Google. Gore Verbinski. He is the new Uwe Boll, okay, in my mind. New M. Night Shyamalan right there. Just Gore Verbinski.
Shamalama Ding Dong.
Also, there is a really odd, like, kind of rapey scene in the film.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, Gore Verbinski, he's got some issues if he wrote this in.
Makes you feel a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, like, everybody in the theater, there was like 10 of us, and everyone felt uncomfortable.
Oh, you saw it in the theater too?
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow.
Everybody was just kind of...
Awkward.
I don't like this at all. And there's that one guy in the corner. He's like, no. Yeah. Sniff your fingers. Yeah, it's that bad. Like, it's a
Damn.
finger sniff scene. So
Nice.
you can imagine what happened.
Real quick,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was looking at the page again. There's a spring cosplay meetup, I guess, in Cocoa Village this weekend on the 5th, March 5th.
Mhm.
Anybody that's interested. Now, I specifically posted this one, though, because the photo that they use...
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to show you the photo.
I know the photo.
you know
I
the
saw
photo.
it
I want to show
already.
it to you again. I just
Yeah,
want-
that's going to be sweaty. That's going to be a sweaty event.
Now,
Good for them.
I read about the event. The reason I brought this up is because the photo for the event is all furries.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the photo is a furry, and we all know how much Felton loves furries.
I have no
He
problems.
loves the furry
I am
community.
all inclusive. I don't have any
Now-
issues. If you are a furry and I see you, I will be, hey, what's up? Awesome, great cosplay, a lot of work.
and then talk shit about you behind your back as he walks away.
What I say in my own time is my own time.
But
I don't have a problem with furries.
I know you don't have
just-
an actual problem with furries.
No.
I like making it seem like you.
I just think they're weird.
But it was an interesting choice that they chose the full furry group to be the picture
Yeah.
because originally, I was just like, okay, well, there's obviously I'm not going to go to this event, myself in costume because I'm not a furry. I don't have a furry costume. But then it turns out it's actually an actual cosplay meetup just in general. So any
Yeah.
cosplay that you want to wear, you can go.
I might go as Inspector.
But
Gadget, who knows?
but it's like I don't know. It was just very interesting that was the picture they chose, and I definitely wanted to put it on.
I knew as soon as you said that. Oh, there's a cosplay meet. Oh,
he's gonna bring
Really?
it
Come
up.
on.
This son of a.
don't do that. to me.
Also, I guess the Nintendo Switch is dropping soon.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I'm excited about it.
Okay. So we bought the Wii,
Mhm.
and
Well, you have a Wii U, don't you?
yeah, the Wii U, and I used it like twice.
Man. Well, okay. My
Not
thing.
excited about it.
My thing about it is the fact that it looks like they've combined it with the handheld, so that you can take it with you as a handheld and
Yeah,
play.
it's a Windows 8 tablet that they've turned into a console. Like
Listen, I'm not buying one when it
they
comes out.
finally found a way
But
to market the 64DD expansion set. You remember that
Yes.
for the N64?
Yes.
It added some RAM or some horse shit.
Yes.
They've been trying to do that for years, and like, well, if we sell it integrated in a system, they have to have it. They have to have the so you plug it in, and it makes it run slightly better. But you take it in the tablet mode, and it runs like dog shit. Like, I've seen the tech specs on it, and like what people have already done with it. Mm-hmm. They're like, everything looks shitty in tablet mode.
Oh, really? It's that bad?
And it's got like 5 minutes of battery life, so good luck with that. I mean,
well, thank you for ruining my dreams.
Don't take this as an actual review, because I have no idea. I'm just being a pessimist, because that's what I am.
No, not all. People listening to this podcast would never assume that.
Yeah,
they would never assume the worst.
My hate for furries, and I'm a pessimist. I hate everything and everyone. Speaking of furries, one of my coworkers, he's out doing his work, and which brought him to I guess somewhere in Merritt Island, to a pawn shop to look at something, and apparently people know me around because he somehow brought it up to my coworker that he has a group and they do cosplay for charity. And the only one I could think of in the area was the Agents of Mirth, right? Because they do quite a bit for charity.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, don't one of your coworkers didn't one of your coworkers do that?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, Felton does that."
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I've seen his." And he started listing off like all my cosplays to my coworker.
Oh my god!
And I'm like,
you're becoming famous.
Like, they tried to recruit me a while back. Like, these guys like think I'm cool or something. I'm like, no shit. Like, wow, that's crazy.
Well,
like,
I mean, your cosplays are pretty legit. Like, I'm not gonna, I can't say that they're not. They seem to get better each time. So.
Yeah. Well, I've got my sights set on something I might be working on.
You gonna give us a little taste, a little sneak preview?
Okay. Do you remember when Rick and Morty did a puppet thing?
Yes.
And they did a little puppet preview.
Yeah.
I thought, man, that looked really good. What I want to do is I want to make a felted puppet mask of Rick.
Okay.
And have that as my costume. So, because you look at everybody's Rick cosplays and they just, it's funny.
Yeah.
But, like, I thought, man, that would be even better if I actually could animate it and, like, have a little eyebrow switch and have the eyebrows move. Like, I've already got it all planned out in my head how to do it. And I'm like, I think I want to do Rick.
That would actually be pretty cool.
I gotta have somebody to interact with. So
you're recruiting me as Morty, is what you're saying?
What you're gonna have to be either Bird Person, Morty, Beth.
I think Bird Person would be great.
The dad. What's the dad's name?
I don't remember. I think Bird Person would be pretty good though. I like that.
Doesn't he have a beard?
Bird Person,
no, he can though.
I'll be the bearded Bird Person.
God, Morty, what's wrong with you, Morty? I could just imagine like going around a con, just like interacting with people that way, just as
I could walk around like, Rick, did you see what's going on over there?
Oh, come on, Rick. I don't get it.
Why do I have to do this? I don't want to do this.
What a life this is. Oh, God damn it, Morty, you fucking homunculus. Like I could just have such fun.
I do want to play that Life Well Lived game, by the way, just so you know.
The Life Well. Oh, the. Oh man, he's taking Ralph off the tracks or off the grid. Like, oh my god, that was so sad. That was a really sad episode. Like, he lives the whole life in the VR world, and I'm Morty. What is going on? Like, it was so twisted. Like, oh my lord. When I was younger, I worried about that all the time.
Yeah.
I thought my life was just a simulation in a video game.
Because of, like, The Matrix or something?
No, like in an arcade. Like, you go in the future and you go to an arcade. And
well, I hope it's not an arcade, because that's like a quarter at a time. Like,
yeah.
It's not much of a life.
Yeah. 10 minutes and it feels like a lifetime. And you wake up and you're like, fuck.
Oh, man. That reminds me.
Why would I want to be
That reminds me of an episode
I don't even have any superpowers.
Black Mirror, which I cannot believe you haven't started watching yet. So, there's an episode of Black Mirror called White Christmas, and it is unbelievable.
I think what it caused, it was an episode of like The Twilight Zone or something that, made me worry about that with my OCD. I'm like, oh my god, my life is a virtual reality. Well, and then Elon Musk went ahead and he's like, well, this world is more than likely a historical reconstruction of the universe. Like, nothing's real. This is all hologram.
Nice.
I'm like, well, Elon Musk has been right about a lot of things, so fuck. God damn it.
But, with that episode, White Christmas of Black Mirror, there is a company that what they do is they make a clone of your mind, right?
Mm.
An exact clone of it, and then they put it into a machine, and the machine is like the little Amazon.
Just like in Chappie.
Yeah,
It's like in Chappie.
Kinda,
Okay.
but in Amazon, that the little Amazon.
Xena.
Is that what it's called?
Warrior Princess.
No.
She's in Amazon.
I'm talking.
Oh, sorry.
The thing you talk to and it like plays music for you and stuff like that. Alexa, yeah. So it's kind
Or
of like
Google.
It's kind of like that, but instead of it being that, it's like a personal assistant that does everything for you that is you. So it automatically knows a lot of things that you like, so it'll set the temperature the way you like it and all this other stuff, right? But the problem is that it.
Sir, would you like to watch Big Booty Bitches now?
Yes.
Well, not really. I'm not in the mood. Oh, well, do you mind if I do?
Yes.
I guess.
Well, here's the problem: is that it is an exact clone of the mind.
Yeah.
So it doesn't realize it's an exact clone of the mind, and
That's
it's trapped
horrifying.
inside this machine, right? And so a guy has to talk to it to get it to do what to get it to work for you like it's supposed to. So they go to he's trying to explain to this clone of your mind that you are now basically a slave to yourself, and you'll do everything that you want. And so of course you being a person with free will be like, no, I don't want to do that.
That's horseshit.
So then he has to torture it, torture this clone of your mind, by doing things like taking away all stimuli for a year. And it's got a little dial on the thing where a year's a second. Turns into a second. So it feels to your mind like it's been a year of solitude. And he comes back on and he's like, "Are you ready to start working yet?" And it's like, "Where am I? I don't know. I can't. It's like, you know what? Let me give you another 2 years." It's 2 years of complete solitude.
It's just silence.
With nothing going on. Yeah. And then, so he has to break your mind to the point where you're finally going to do whatever it is that.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It was
horrific.
Such a, yes, and that's what I love about this show, man. The show
horrific.
was fantastic. I was like,
Oh my God.
holy crap, this is horrible. And that was only one aspect of that episode. That one was like 3 episodes in one, really. But my God, it was awesome. Anyways.
It was like a tech demo they did for one of the Unreal Engine builds, where there was like a sex doll maid that was being constructed, and it asks like, "Oh, well, what am I? What's my purpose?" And he's like, "Oh shit! Like, oh no, this one's got free will." So he starts taking it apart, and it like starts freaking out, like, "Oh, Johnny Five is alive. I won't. I'll do it. I'll do whatever anybody says."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, all right." So he presses a button, starts putting her back together, and she like gets put in a box of like a million of things that look like her and shipped away. And it's like,
Cherry 3000.
Such a cool concept.
Cherry 3000.
Well, I mean, he got soap in the disk drive and had to get a new body for her micro mini CD memory.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, right? I mean, it's a sex doll. So there's going to be fluids, like, all over the place. But they didn't make it so it's waterproof.
Yeah, just like that specific area where the CD was,
but
that hole.
I mean, at the same time, though, that's actually a brilliant idea. Because if it breaks, you need a new one.
I fully believe that
you don't want your
whole
sex
market.
You don't
of,
want
like,
your sex robot to last forever, right?
No. They're gonna make those things break down all the time.
It's like Apple. Like, all of a sudden, every time Apple comes out with a new update, for some reason, my third party power cords don't work. Strange.
Is it
strange?
Is it strange, or is it
just crap?
Apple, my battery life is gone to shit.
No, I mean, maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but anything that I've had that's third party Apple works perfectly fine until I get an update.
All of a sudden, when the phones got paid off, our cell phones, the battery life's like the next day was like half.
I know that I swear to you that kind of crap is real though,
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Dude, I was having a very specific conversation.
Every time a new Apple comes out, my phone that has been working perfectly fine up until that point will all of a sudden start having issues.
Yeah.
It's like,
I guarantee you there'll be a lawsuit down the road.
Oh, I'm sure.
There will be. Someone will come out with they'll jailbreak it and look at it and go, "Oh yeah, they've been shitting on us this whole time."
Exactly.
Shitting on us, literally.
Yeah.
Like,
literally.
In a bag, throwing it at our faces.
Feces for days.
Oh. My fingernail clippers. I dropped them. Sorry, I fiddle. I need to get one of those little fiddle boxes.
Yes, I've seen those. Those are fantastic.
I need it so bad.
All right. So, what do you have going on?
Well, I saw John Wick 2.
And how was it? I've been wanting to see it. I have not gotten to it.
It was even wickier than the first.
That's why you wrote that down.
That's why I wrote it down. It was good. I don't want to give any spoilers because it's still fresh.
Yeah.
Definitely worth seeing.
I heard that, like the first movie, it has a very weak plot, and it's pretty much just straight up action and things like that. Basically, they did like they used to do for us in the 80s, where it was like, I'm going to give you a concept,
it works.
but here's some great action.
Here's an empty jar.
Yes.
Fill it.
Yes.
That is the movie.
Yeah. Like, I know in the first movie, they kill his dog,
and
he goes batshit crazy and starts killing everybody, Now, in this movie, I hear he gets a cat this time, and they kill the cat. And I think can you still hear me?
Hold on, say something.
Something. Maybe I just hit my own volume. I can hear myself now.
Okay.
That was weird. Threw me off for a second. I was like, oh my god, I've disappeared.
No, there's no cat. There's no cat.
I know, I'm just being facetious.
No, it's definitely...
It's a bird this time.
It's a weak plot, but, it's good.
I don't think you go to the movie, like, after seeing the first John
You're not going to the movie for the plot.
After I saw the first John Wick movie, I was like, okay, I enjoyed this. I see what this is. So when I saw the second one was coming out, I was like, I do not expect there to be any, actual plot. I just expect him to...
Like, we get it. He's the boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay,
he's
the baddest of the bad.
And what's really cool, and I think we talked about this before, but he's got actual, like, tactical training experience, and he's been doing that for a long time.
Now, here's another thing, too.
Mm-hmm.
I've always liked Common. Mm-hmm. I like his music. I think he's always produced music that's a cool name, Common. His look, like, he's always just a badass looking dude,
He's one of those few people that can really rock the bald
head.
head.
He's a renaissance man. He really is.
But I'm saying he can rock that bald head.
Yeah.
And just looks
He
good.
was in Lucky Number 11 and King of Aces or Kill the Aces or Kill the Spade or whatever the fuck that movie was.
Are you talking about the Assassin movie?
Some Hitman movie it was,
it was oh, man.
Ace and somebody?
No, something Aces.
Smoking Aces.
Smoking Aces, yes.
The guy's name was...
I was going to get there eventually.
Common was in... he's always been in something cool,
Yes.
So in this, when I found out he was in it, I was like, fucking Common's in this. Awesome. He's a badass.
Well, and it was awesome seeing... I hadn't seen it yet, but the fact that Keanu Reeves is finally reunited with Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was great. But just like the interactions between Common and Keanu Reeves in the film were fucking great. Like that made it, and I hope he is in the third movie. I hope, because God, that would be so great.
Now we're talking about new movies that we saw. Well, this isn't a new movie, but it was new to me. Your Name is an anime that I just watched. It's an anime movie. It's just called Your Name.
Felton Huglu?
Your Name. Your
Felton
Name.
Huglu.
Okay, so
I'll stop.
Basically, it's this. I can't really get too far into it because I don't want to give much away. But it's a movie where a boy and a girl in Japan, like they live like miles and miles from each other, wake up occasionally in each other's bodies. You know what I mean? Like they've switched.
Awesome.
But that's not even the biggest plot twist of the movie. But so they're trying to communicate to each other while they're in the other person's body by leaving like journals and stuff of what they did and what was going on.
Do they know each other?
They didn't know each other before, but now they've developed a friendship going back and forth between each other's bodies and yada yada. So
hey, I took a shit for you. Hey, thanks.
Cleared your bowels. Stop eating all this fatty food. But
sorry.
It's got a little bit of
burgers taste better as a girl.
It's got some humor to it. It's it's got a little bit of love story to it. There's a lot of like interesting aspects to it. So it's definitely worth a watch. It's called Your Name. So, and then another great anime that I saw recently actually was a Boy and His Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic film. A young man, he runs away from home because his mother's passed away, and his father is not in the picture at the time, so his relatives that he's not really keen on are going to take him in and,
Sounds like
and
Harry Potter.
raise him. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but he runs away, into the streets and stuff like that.
Runs away to Hogwarts.
Gets
Yeah,
found
sounds like Harry
by
Potter.
this. It's like a Japanese Harry Potter because he gets found by
A boy and his fantastic beasts.
yes, exactly.
And
He
his
gets found
mystical
by
beasts.
he gets found by a magical beast.
where you can find
He's
him.
found by a beast guy though, who takes him to like the beast world and trains him to be a warrior. and that
No,
kind of
I
stuff.
saw this
and
preview.
It's a pretty fantastic movie actually. It was really good, and the art was fantastic. Everything about it was actually really good. So both movies have fantastic
Netflix
art.
or rental? Or?
I had to.
You had to rent it.
Yes,
You had because
yes.
you had to rent it. Okay.
I rented.
Don't want
them.
any of them DM
I rented them online.
even better.
Actually, Boy and His Beast I did get from Netflix through the mail, through one of the the
Oh,
DVDs
so that's
through the mail.
hardcore. Nice.
And then the other one is I rented it online. So yeah, both movies though are really worth a watch. I thought they were fantastic. I think you would like both of them actually, especially because they both will probably make your eyes sweat a little.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I fucking
Because I finally watched Kubo in the Two Strings, and I was just like, yeah, I was like, man, he must. I almost said this. I almost said the C word. I said, man, he must get sweaty eyes like with everything. Like Sarah McLachlan comes on,
Oh, absolutely.
or not even the actual.
I just hear that
yeah,
tone.
exactly.
Or even someone mentions Sarah McLachlan, and I'm like, the crusty-eyed puppy. I saw it so bad. I don't like it.
She has become like the animal version of Susan Sarandon.
Mm-hmm.
Back in
Look
the
at
day.
this poor decrepit child.
Yes.
Like, oh,
Look at this poor
look at his
decrepit dog.
distended parasite belly. You can save him, but I can't. I gotta go back to my mansion and eat cupcakes.
Exactly.
Nah.
Anyways, what else you got going on?
Well,
there?
apparently we've got Brain Candy coming on March 18th to the area.
Brain Candy.
That is a show put on with isn't it Adam Savage? Adam Savage and Michael from Vsauce.
Really?
Yeah, they have a
Okay.
stage show that they put together and they call Brain Candy.
Okay.
And the two of them together, let me tell you, I've seen videos with them interacting. Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Like, you could not ask for a more intelligent conversation than between those two guys because they're just both so
it's not
anal
all
to
dick and,
detail.
it's not all dick and fart jokes.
No, it's not. No. They do some interesting things up on stage and I mean, jack off each other's egos by what I can see. But
So it's called
the Brain Candy
Brain
is the
Candy,
show,
okay.
and they travel. They're traveling the country right now, and I love Vsauce.
Look
I love Adam.
look up the dates and then because you said they're going to be here locally.
March 18th.
Okay, good. Can you put that on the nub today? So
Yeah.
The nubs can
Yeah.
see that that's a local event.
Yeah, I might even have to get tickets.
Yeah, me too. Actually, sounds like it'd be interesting.
That is a Saturday.
As long as it's a Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. What else we got going
Brain
on?
Candy. So here's my problem.
Yes.
I have the
One of many.
post-con blues that I didn't even go to. Okay. Everybody went to Katsucon.
I didn't go.
Never gonna go because that's far away, right? I don't even know where it is, to be honest with you. I think it's in California
This
way.
is, I was gonna say this is the same way I feel when the San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
passes
Just
me
a
by.
lot of the people I follow all went to Katsucon. They all had a great time. Some of them didn't. There was apparently a lot of controversy this year, which it can happen. Issues with some of the convention goers, and I think a lot of the problem in the cosplay community is there's certain levels of elitism that are starting to happen, that are starting to develop with people being like, my cosplay is good, yours is dump.
Yeah.
And that's starting to get a lot of butts hurt.
Butts Hurt.
Yeah.
I think would be a good surname, by the way.
Sir Butthurt.
Yeah, Sir Butts. No,
with
Sir
that
Butts
being
Hurt.
said, there is a new social media app coming out. It's in beta right now. I'm testing it. I got messaged by one of the guys that runs it,
Oh, look at
asking me, how it was, how did I like it, oh, it's cool, it's great, because the comments aren't like in the comment section of Pornhub anymore.
Yeah.
Like you can like and comment on someone's cosplay and not feel like a creep, like lost in the comments of, ooh, nice booty, and oh, yeah, like you can be like,
Oh,
oh, nice
you're-
prop.
Oh, you're talking about the cosplay app.
It's called Cosmunity.
Cosmunity, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You sent me that link.
I posted it.
I have not. I've not
earlier
tried it
in the
yet.
week.
Yeah.
I said, ladies and
Repost
gentlemen.
that again.
Yeah.
So, people.
It's really cool. The community on there is great. Anasi Voles, if I'm pronouncing her name right, is on there, and she's posting quite a bit of her Moxie stuff. And there's been several photographers that are posting. Again, getting flooded with fucking Katsucon content.
I understand. I understand where you're coming from on that though. Like I always feel bad on Instagram and stuff like that. Like I don't typically comment on cosplays because I do feel like you get lost among the ooh nice boobs, and things like that.
And this is too you immediately see the number of likes and the number of comments.
Yeah.
And when I see I'm scrolling through and you see a really nice picture and they have a really nice costume, I go through the popular feed and I just heart everything.
Yeah.
Because I even posted on there a picture of that little meme where it's the guy with the blonde or brown wafty hair and it says "Senpai noticed me." I put my Beetlejuice face and I cut it out and just crappily put it on there on my phone. And I posted it on there and with the comment, "This is how I feel whenever anyone likes or follows me on here." And I thought that was hilarious. And it ended up in the popular feed and people see it and thought it was funny. Yeah, but it's a great community in there.
I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna tell Foxtail to check it out too.
She needs to start throwing stuff up there.
Exactly.
Because I've already got I already got 30-something followers on there.
Nice.
So I'm like, my God, the years of Facebook, and this is already twice the...
Facebook is not the way to go for cosplay.
No, it's Instagram. It's got to be this. I think this will blow up, to be honest with you. There's a marketplace on it. You can sell shit.
That's cool.
So you've got and also too, it's a desktop app. They have it. You can go on there like a social media website. Cool. All right. So I think it's going to overtake. I think it's going to be. There's going to be a divergence. I think cosplayers are going to leave Facebook, and it's going to be check out my Cosmunity page.
Yes.
Because it's so much better.
Well, that'd be cool. And you're on the ground floor. Look at you.
I'm on the cutting edge. I've got my
on the pulse
of cosplay, son. I got my finger on the pulse. So we had the Katsucon Blues, Brain Candy. We had a lot of local events that were posted. I took screenshots of them all on my phone.
There's still some coming up too. There's so anybody that listens to this podcast definitely needs to check the Nerds United Facebook page at least once every couple of days, to see what's going on. I try to keep us up to date with any local events. Yes,
I do like the cool finger slap there. Yeah. That's another thing Cosmunity does.
What's that?
It has a local events tab.
That's awesome.
So you can just straight look local events by date.
I like
this
that.
is next. This is next. This is next.
So you can plan better for it. That's cool.
Yeah, it's got I think MegaCon's on there now. We got to get with some of the local people and let them know. I know Viera Comics. They have a ton of local events on there.
Absolutely.
They would greatly benefit if people got involved in this app.
Yeah, I'll get a hold of Peter and
I've been following him on Facebook. He cracks me up.
I'll send him a little message. We talk every now and again.
He's a nice guy.
He is. He's a pretty cool guy.
I like him.
His cosplay is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the Logan one.
Yeah,
it's he does the gray hair.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He's a fun guy.
So something I saw on Cosplay Spotlight, Share Promote Like, Old Guy Cosplay, Brad, he's trying to get 1,000 likes.
Okay.
So we need to help him.
We need to help him get 1,000 likes. He's a local guy, so
yeah. And he's cool as shit. He was up in Cocoa Beach with that pirate ship.
Let's start. Do me a favor and send me the link to that, and let's start daily getting on the Nub Facebook page and the Nub group. And being like, hey guys, we're trying to help, we're trying to help a local, cosplayer, good guy, get to 1,000 likes, let's work together, let's do this as a community, that kind of thing, because that's what we really need to be doing more of.
Yeah.
We really need to be helping our local guys, because first of all, it's not like Old Man Cosplay is getting money for his cosplays.
No.
And he is spending a lot of money to create his
cosplays. Oh my god,
sure,
he's got some elaborate shit.
He does this stuff for the love of what he does, just like the rest of us. Just like, how we do this podcast, how we do the Nub, Facebook stuff, our cosplays and all that stuff. We do all this stuff for the love of what it is, not...
Well, I get subsidized by Trump now, but that's a whole other story.
Son of a bitch.
You didn't see the cosplay bill that just went? One of those executive orders was mine.
That's why you got the new caddy out.
No shit. I slipped that shit under his desk. He'll sign anything. He's just like one of those birds.
Well, you have to start off with the wall, Like, just put the wall in big letters at
the
the top
wall
of
of
it.
cosplay in my
well,
room
no,
is
the
what I
cosplay's
wrote.
smaller. You just put the wall and then of cosplay.
He
and
signs it. Boom.
Yeah.
I told Mike Pence that if he didn't sign it, it would be a sin. And I'm sorry. I'm not trying to.
This is
I'm
not
just,
the political
I'm just
cast.
spouting political memes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just I'm just making fun.
But no, seriously, we need to get
I love our
behind
politics.
as a community. For the nub, let's try to get behind Brad on this. Let's try to let's try to pump him up. Try to get him up to 1,000. That would be,
cool.
that would be nice to see.
I would like to get to 24.
Yeah. Okay, listen. One miracle at a time. One miracle at a time.
It was funny too because he posted a conversation on there and it actually received quite a bit of feedback.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, how is it? I basically the gist I got it of is, how can I get more exposure, in this? And there were a lot of people on there, men and a lot of women, and a lot of the female cosplayers even said,
"Get naked."
Yeah, no, a lot of them even said, I don't post pictures of my cleavage, so I don't get 1,000 likes.
Okay,
yet their builds fantastic.
That being said, this is a conversation that Foxtail and I were having, recently.
So Facebook sucks.
Well, and Instagram too, though. It's not just Facebook,
Yeah.
because Instagram. I mean, she does much better on Instagram than she does on Facebook. But Foxtail does not create cosplays where it's just her with a Vader hat and her underwear. You know what I mean? Like all of her cosplays.
Stormtrooper with a white latex camisole.
Yeah, exactly.
And a Stormtrooper helmet, and then that's it.
Which, by the way, just a sidetrack. Somebody on Facebook or on Instagram, on one of those cosplay pages, was doing the male version of all those females that do that, and it was downright hilarious. He's wearing little booty. He's wearing little booty shorts and a little, like a little
Have you seen
tank
that guy that does
with the lightsaber and stuff like that. Like hilarious. But real quick, but that's the thing is like now, granted, some of her cosplays, are sexy because just the general, nature of being,
I would say
a
that
female cosplayer.
All of my cosplays.
Every
are
single
sexy.
one of your cosplays are sexy. But what I'm saying is that she doesn't purposely go
Not
out
going
of
out
her
of her way
way
to do it.
to be nude basically in her pictures. Like we were looking at Instagram today. We like to sometimes just sit there and scroll together, and look at the different cosplays and things like that. And one of them, it's Supergirl. Right, and the only reason it's Supergirl is because she's got a blonde wig on, and then she's holding the Superman cape, but it's just above her nipples. So you've got all that cleavage. Well, no, it's above the nipples. You don't have the underboob. You have the above boob, the cleavage.
I got you.
And then the cape is strewn in a way that you can kind of see a little bit of her butt, and things like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. This is where the nerd in me gets kind of enraged a little bit because I'm like, okay, knowing Supergirl's character, this isn't even in the wheelhouse of her character. Like Supergirl is not that way. She's kind of naive in some ways, but she is not slutty. As I'm just going to say it. She's not a slutty character. Now maybe I could see like a Mystique, getting away with something like that. Or something. Like if you're going to
walks around naked.
If you're going to do a character that you want to come off as sexy and slutty or whatever the case may be, is at least be true to the character. You know what I mean, at least pick a character that like Psylocke. I could kind of see doing something like that. Like 1990 Psylocke. There's a few characters that are like that.
Well, that was the problem they had with Overwatch and Tracer and her butt pose. They're like, oh, Tracer's that's not her character.
And see,
which I look back and I kind of see that now.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Tracer doesn't come off like that. Tracer doesn't. She's not that
Lena
kind of character.
Oxton's she's not Widowmaker.
Yeah.
But at that same token, nobody had a problem with Widowmaker.
And if I saw Widowmaker like kind of coming out of her like slinky outfit, again, that's not the kind of cosplay that I look for. But at least I could go. At least they're keeping with the character. That seems
she's
like
trying to assassinate
she's a
somebody.
femme fatale kind of character, But like if I saw Sombra doing that, I'd be like, no, that's not Sombra's character.
She's
like,
not.
She's not slutty. Yeah, she's kind of goofy. She's funny. She's sarcastic.
Hack the planet.
Yeah. So again, basically, I guess my message, my PSA,
Hackers is a great movie.
Yes, fantastic movie. My PSA is that if you're going to do slutty with your cosplay, at least pick a character who by nature is slutty. Like that's their. There are comic book characters that are like that. You don't have to, that I don't know. Anyways, I sound like such an old curmudgeon man, when I get on these rants about this, but it's
Well, you
drives
say
me nuts.
slutty, but you don't mean that with like a derogatory.
No, well, I do
connotation.
mean it derogatory when they create a character, when they take a character who does not have that
So
personality.
they're just doing it for the views.
Yes, exactly. Now, if you're doing it for the views and you want your character, you want to, so there are characters out there that you could do that, and that you could still be true to the cosplay, get your likes for showing off your
So
body.
you're just being fundamentalist with it.
Yeah.
Like it's art and sexy when they're staying true to the character.
Exactly.
It's
Thank
annoying
you.
and slutty.
And I think that's the
when they're not.
I think that's the part that I haven't gotten across when I've had these rants.
I can.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get.
I think that's what I have not gotten across every time I've had these rants is that I don't have a problem with sexy. I don't have a problem with nudity. I don't have a problem with those things. My problem is when you take a character and you create a situation for that character that does not actually exist. That character would not put themselves in. Case in point, even when Princess Leia was in the slave costume, she was not slutty. She was in the slave costume because she was forced to be in a slave costume.
Yeah. And
yet she was still a badass, and she chokes out. She kills Jabba the Hutt. Like she's not sitting there slinking around and like
let's eat some of these weird small sentient creatures.
Yes. So that's I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that if you're going to do that, that there is a place for that. There is a place for that in cosplay.
No. See?
Yep.
She
exactly.
absolutely agrees.
She absolutely agrees. There is a place for that in cosplay, but I don't feel that it needs to be like Princess Peach. You know what I'm saying?
Sexy Princess Peach. Sexy. I know. Hold on. She's gonna ruin the tail end of this. Yes.
Okay. So even if you want to do a sexy quote unquote Princess Peach, there's not. I don't know. I mean, I guess there's gray areas and there's this and the other thing and on both sides of the aisle, people could give me crap about it.
With sexy Princess Peach, I feel that that's condescending.
Yeah.
My issue with the quote unquote sexy cosplays is I feel it's condescending that if you're doing it for your own enjoyment because that's your form of self-expression and you feel good doing it and you enjoy it, I guess the intention behind it is what I have an issue with. If you're just doing it to try to appeal to me as if that's some type of fetish or kink that I have, like, ooh, sexy Peach, I'm jacking off to that. Yeah. Like, that's what I have the problem is making the assumption that I'm a fucking pig.
Yeah.
Like, that's the issue I have with it. Don't assume my fetish.
And unfortunately, there's so many. Don't assume my fetishes.
Don't assume my fetishes.
Because
you just assume my fetish.
My fetishes will keep you up at night with nightmares.
Yeah.
But
oof, so you're like into that Lovecraft stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Cthulhu all the way, baby.
Ooh, that's a lot of tentacles.
Wrap all those tentacles around me.
I've read enough Lovecraft to know where this is going. Someone's gonna die because of an ancient deity driving them crazy.
Well, they're gonna go crazy first, yeah. So I don't know, man.
That mountain.
I guess I'm finally able to kind of express it in the way that I mean to, and that is that I don't have a problem per se with the sexualization and things like that. In that I don't have a problem with sex. I don't have a problem with nudity. I don't have a problem with that kind of thing. My problem is when you take something that I grew up with, something that I love, like the nerd culture and things like that, that already has an over-sexual, feel to it because of the fact that, it's a lot of sexually repressed men that create a lot of these characters and stuff like that.
Sure, it's already seeded with it.
Exactly. And you turn it into just straight up,
porn. I mean, they turn it into porn.
It's just again, there's room in the world for that too. There's room for cosplay porn, but it doesn't need to be in your quote unquote serious cosplay page. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing is like I noticed like a lot of them now they're calling it lewds, L-E-W-S. Oh, I got some lewds coming up on my Patreon. I'm like, no, don't do that.
And it's like I was following this one cosplayer, and oh my god, like her May was fantastic. I mean, just the most beautiful May I've ever seen. And she built the thing herself. Very talented, very gifted. I'm not going to say her name because I'm not going to try to blow up her spot or anything like that, or even give her people to go look because of it. But like she did a lot of really great cosplays. This great talented cosplayer building these great things, and she's the other half of her world is that it's basically she's literally doing cosplay porn, like literally, like full on naked pictures, on Patreon, things like that. She's posting her half naked pictures on Instagram and say, hey, go to my Patreon page where you can get this, that,
get
and
the full thing.
And,
like,
yeah, and it's just like. It's like you are actually a talented, because it's not like somebody's building these costumes for her. I mean, she's got videos of her actually building, painting, the whole 9 yards, and then she goes off to oversex land, and it's just like I lose so much respect because it's like, wow, you're so talented, and then here you are doing this other half of it, and I get it. There's a lot of money to be made in that. It's
and
just
there's money, and there's certain people they feel comfortable, they feel empowered, they enjoy it,
and I get that too. But maybe okay. Here's my thing. Maybe make 2 separate Instagrams. Like one Instagram's for your serious cosplay, the other Instagram's for your sexual cosplay. And then I would be like, okay, cool. Because here's your serious and here's your sexual. Or
you know what? I'll take that advice.
Yeah, I think you really should.
I really got
tired of every
sexy
time
Inspector Gadget. Go Gadget. No.
Yeah, go Gadget crotch.
All right.
Well, we're up against the music now, so thank you guys again for listening. Tell your friends, tell your family. Like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We're also on SoundCloud now. We got like 1 episode on there, maybe 2.
Yeah.
But
5 minutes of this episode will be on there.
Yeah, probably. So go check that out, please, and just try to spread the word. We're really trying to turn this into a real regular cosplay, or not cosplay, a real regular podcast. Back to the cosplay thing.
It's gonna be a regular cosplay.
That being said,
I'm wearing jeans.
Yeah, barely. I'm doing sexy cosplay jeans, so it's actually like cut off
hold
Daisy
up my
Dukes.
butt crack,
Yes.
Daisy Duke style.
All right. Well, I'm the Merce.
This is Felton,
and we'll talk to you later.